the tail of the tape. As you can see, 3 years difference. Of course, Roberto with a sizable height advantage. Kade Ruotolo weighed in at 176 as opposed to Roberto Jimenez at 185 on the nose. And our referee, the man in the middle, will be Gabriel Martins. And we are about to get things underway here at the Road to ADCC.
They were chomping at the bit there. Hadn't even started the match and they're going after each other.
Yeah, they really wanted to get things underway. We're not... Oh, wow, look at that immediately. Ruotolo sending a message here and catching Roberto Jimenez a little light on his feet, shall we say. Now, a question, of course, was the ADCC rules, and let's remind our viewers the fact that if you pull guard at any time during this match, you will receive a -1, a negative point. Now, the wrestling, well, we've seen Jimenez play from bottom. He has an amazing back attack system.
Oh, a little duck under attempt there.
As I was about to say, a very proficient wrestler who wrestled growing up through high school and stuff. And I think maybe an area of his game that people are a little unaware of.
Yeah, and we just saw some of that right there. Both athletes could be said to be unorthodox wrestlers from a traditional point of view, but they mix it so well into their jiu-jitsu. It's really, really... Wrestle-jitsu, right, Hal? That's what we love to see.
Wrestle-jitsu, yeah. It's a great description.
And it's worth noting, by the way, that there are no positive points in this match for the first 10 minutes. So even if a takedown should occur, there will be no points rewarded for that. But penalties are in effect right away.
That's right. This is a 20-minute match. The points, they very unique to ADCC, how the points only kick in. Oh, nice shot there from Jimenez. Points only kick in at the 10-minute mark. The referee will announce when points are now in effect. But that doesn't mean that these guys will be hanging around, because nice takedown there from Kade Ruotolo. Head in the middle, double leg, back up to his feet, or attempting to back to his feet.
Whoa, jumps on an arm. That's locked out. That's locked out.
What looks like a triangle from the back here. He's on the arm. Ruotolo diving on this reverse armbar now. Jimenez manages to escape.
What an exchange.
Roberto, that is what we're hoping to see here at Road to ADCC. That is what we're expecting from these young grapplers, the submission hunting style. Jimenez, of course, the taking down as he was fighting his way back to his feet. It was Ruotolo who was...
Kade with the sweep.
A reversal to mount.
Incredible.
Ruotolo, so opportunistic with his attacks here. I don't think anybody expected this, Chase.
What a transition from Kade, and Kade is hunting for the sub again. You know, Roberto with his arms pushed out straight is buying some time, but it's also a dangerous game to play. Kade may be looking to dive on an arm again. Roberto manages to switch position, and now he's diving on the back. But Kade rolls through as well. This is so awesome, Hal. This is exactly the kind of action that the ADCC format is designed to have. They're open to exploit these exchanges because there are no points on the board. They can change top to bottom position without fear of going down on the scorecards. What a way to start the night, Hal.
Yeah, I gotta say, this is a furious start. We are less than 3 minutes into this match, and already I have lost count of the amount of positions that they have cycled in. Look at this, a leg entry from Jimenez. A very unexpected tactic. He's not exactly known for his leg locks. Trying to turn it into a reversal, it seems. Ruotolo was very hip to that inside reap and the necessary defense to escape from that position, but you know, we talked about the fact that he took this match on last-minute notice. You know, we talked about the fact that he's undersized.
Roberto's isolating another leg, looking for maybe...
We talked about the fact he's undersized, but that has not prevented Kade Ruotolo from coming out guns blazing. And I think Roberto Jimenez, maybe now, he's trying to slow things down a little bit here and to use the technique against that furious energy.
Yeah, interesting to see Roberto entering those leg entanglements. He it seems to be looking to sweep instead of finish. His corner, his father Raul, is calling for a knee bar, or was momentarily. But Roberto really showing some new elements to his game. We weren't sure if we were going to see some changes, but already Roberto showing off some new skills. Kade now in a little more open territories. He works his passing game. Again, such a dynamic match right out of the gate. There's still a lot of time left. Kade has his brother Ty and Andre Galvao in the corner, and they are both asking for a little more calculated movement. They're saying there's no points, there's no need to rush the pass. Be careful, right? Because Roberto's dangerous from everywhere. It makes a lot of sense, Hal.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I don't think you can take any chances with somebody as opportunistic as Kade Ruotolo. You saw that Roberto came out and seemed to have a clear strategy. He was pushing the action and wanted to wrestle, and Kade was able to take the wind out of his sails somewhat, let's say. He was able to put Roberto on the back foot, and now, as we're approaching the 5-minute mark in this match,
a lot's happened in 5 minutes.
A lot has happened, but look at that. Ruotolo settles down into a crossbody side control. Ruotolo is now on top and in control.
Interesting reversal there from Roberto. Now Roberto's hunting the back, and Roberto's in a great position. He is so good at finishing from here. Let's see what Kade can do to get out of danger. Roberto's climbing and climbing. Kade's almost out. What's going to happen? They're near out of bounds. Kade is able to avoid the worst of the danger and recompose kind of an open guard here, but wow, that was a close back attack from Roberto. What a match. Gonna have a quick reset back to the center here. We knew this was going to be an incredible match, but already I think they're exceeding our lofty expectations now. First time we've seen Roberto on top in a meaningful way so far in this match. Let's see what his passing looks like. Look at this scramble. Roberto manages to settle down perhaps almost into north-south, but Kade's so good at just bucking and moving. But Roberto may secure this. It's still really not solidified yet. Kade's working hard to try and avoid it, but Roberto seems to have finally settled down as north-south. But he had to work for that.
Here. Yeah, and you can see he's got his hands clasped around the body as well. Much tighter now. A very difficult position for Kade to escape from. And also, moving into the north-south, very smart because it completely nullifies that infamous buggy choke that he's able to get from bottom side control.
Dropping back for maybe an arm or a triangle, but Kade postures out of both. Just over 13.5 minutes left. That's such a long time. Roberto in close guard. He is one of the most dangerous close guards in the game. His legs are open, but Kade seems to not be buying it. Kade working to get out, and Roberto following him up here, this koala position. Let's see if he tries to drag Kade back down to the mat with him. Opts for a little bit of a dummy sweep, but Kade's hip to it, pushes back in. Now things get tricky here if they manage to, there's still plenty of time, but the question then becomes at the 10-minute mark when points are in effect, who would rather be on bottom? Because then you have the opportunity to sweep, which is arguably a little easier maybe than passing the guard. Of course that varies per athlete, but it's something for them to be aware of as they approach that 10-minute mark. It's no surprise that the match is settled in a little bit here. They really were wide open on the throw. Oh, Roberto with a smooth sweep right into mount. Really just used the momentum there of Kade to roll over with him. Really crafty approach. Settles back into north-south. But Kade is continuing to buck. He has to be careful. Roberto is so good at seizing any opportunity to take the back.
Yeah, I think that it's smart by keeping his back on the mat, denies that position to Jimenez, but also I think that the conditioning could be a factor. I mean, we talked about it in our lead up to this match about how Ruotolo took this match on such short notice and came basically straight off vacation. He was surfing in Costa Rica with his brother and his family, and admits that he barely trained since his last match, but coming out hard, beautifully timed escape. You have to wonder if conditioning could be a factor in this match, and now he's pacing himself because he's aware that he's still got another 11 minutes to go. But look at that, man. Look at the way that Roberto was able to ride that transition and feel the backstep and go into this smash pass position here. And this is dangerous territory. He could go for the arm triangle here, or it could open up that back choke. But Ruotolo never stopped moving, doesn't settle for position. And I think that you see his escapes and his there are a lot. It's more about timing now, less about physicality and exploding out from bottom.
we're wondering maybe if we'll see another buggy choke, but Roberto moving into north-south eliminates that threat. Now that was...
I think that's smart. He knows it's coming.
Now what was smart too is Kade may have allowed that pass, because now as we approach the 10-minute mark and there are points, Roberto will not be awarded any points for, of course, the pass that has already happened. So this is a little bit of a neutral position, you could say, despite being in a tough spot for Kade as far as points are concerned.
Yeah, this is a, we're nearing that point. We've got about 25 seconds now until the points are called. You can see Ruotolo he is bridging, he is trying to get out. Roberto Jimenez has done a good job of isolating that arm, using his legs, pummeling and trapping the upper body. But Ruotolo never settling down and never just staying in position, even when Jimenez has this top body control and the arms clasped underneath the torso of Ruotolo. And even with the arms out wide like that, it's Ruotolo is not presenting too many opportunities for an attack. If anything, he's baiting Roberto. He's saying, yeah, Roberto, take an arm, man. Like, grab something, because he wants to use that opportunity to escape.
Absolutely. We're seeing a little more activity now. He knows points are in play. Andre Galval's informed. This is a dangerous spot that Roberto's now really eyeing the back.
Oh, he almost has it. He has these hooks. He's trying to drag Ruotolo over. Goes for the body triangle. This is one of Roberto's favorite finishing positions. He loves the back. He loves the body triangle from the back. Now, it was absolute. Their points are in play. And as we can see now, for the first time, that Roberto Jimenez scores with a 3-point move.
Fans at home will notice that while points are in effect, they have a little bit different valuation than what they might know. As we can see, a back mount is awarded 3 points instead of what some may call the traditional 4. So keep an eye on that. Don't be surprised if you're not used to the totals adding up the way they normally would.
We'll do our best to keep you going.
But here the action is continuing forward as Roberto looks to isolate an arm, trap an arm rather.
He manages to trap that right arm of Ruotolo. Working on the neck now as well. If we get the reverse angle, if we get the other side here, hopefully we can see the arm around the neck. You can see there it is. The hand fighting is furious. So you can see that Roberto trying to dig his right hand in and get it under the chin of Ruotolo. This is very difficult. The wrist control, and now he's got the one arm trapped using his legs in the body triangle. He's got the one arm trapped and he's using the left hand to control Ruotolo's left hand. Really, Ruotolo has very little from which to defend here. And there it is.
Oh, belly down. This could be it.
The lion killer grip. We could see the tap here.
That looks under the chin. Kade's surviving, but it doesn't look good. There's the finish.
The rear naked choke. A little over 12 minutes into this match, Roberto Jimenez takes the first submission of the evening, and he will get a $500 submission bonus courtesy of our sponsors, Bubs. Well, what a win for the young Ecuadorian American.
And your winner, out of the red corner, representing Studio 76, Roberto